I'm Mandy, and I just had to machete down a piece of a palm tree so we can make this video. For those of you who I don't know yet, I will get to know you soon when I come to Prince Rupert to teach some boot camp and other yoga classes. So I thought I'd make a few videos just to help you prepare, making you a little stronger, having better endurance, and maybe a little more flexible before we get started with the classes. So I'll just make a few short videos, maybe every couple of days or so. If you want more, just let me know in the group, and I'll be happy to keep making them. So for today, we'll start standing up. You don't have to have a yoga mat, but if you do, you can use it, and it's best to do it in bare feet just so you can get a good feel for it. So we'll be doing a little bit of yoga mixed with a boot camp, so it's not a traditional yoga class or not a traditional boot camp. It's kind of a mesh that I came up with on my own. So starting off at the top of the mat, you want to plant your feet down in the ground, and anytime you're standing here, you really want to ground down through your feet, pressing all the toes and all four corners of your feet into the ground. And just starting here, hips facing forward, and just breathing, reaching up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Bend the knees a little bit here. Inhale, come up. Just starting to warm up the entire body, coming down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Continuing to bend the knees as you warm up. You should feel a little bit of a stretch through the back of your legs. And you can hold it as long as you need to. So you can stay here breathing. You can touch the ground. You can place your hands on your shins. Whatever level you're at is totally fine. And then inhale, straighten the back. And just look forward. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come all the way up. Stretch nice and tall. You can stretch side to side, stretching all the little intercostal muscles in your ribs here. Making sure to breathe the whole time. Coming down on the exhale. Inhale, straighten the back. Exhale, come down forward. Come all the way up. And you can just do this as long as you like until you feel nice and warm. We'll just do one more here. Inhale, reaching the crown of the head forward. Coming down. And then you'll place your hands to the mat here. So you never want to have your hands like this in yoga or anything else because it's not good for your hands. So you can either tent your fingers, placing them down like this, or if you have the flexibility in your legs, you can put your whole hand down to the mat. So we're here, and you can bend your knees as much as you need to get there. It doesn't matter where you are. Stepping back with the left leg, and then with the right into a plank position. So when you're here, you want to be nice and strong. If this is difficult, by all means come down to your knees, drop the toes to the ground. If you're here, that's great. You want to make sure you have a nice straight line between your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder. This is called bone stacking. So you want to make sure you're nice and even there. You're not forward or back. So we're here. You're not dipping down through your hips like this or piking up. You want to be nice and strong right here. And if you start to feel any pain in your low back, drop the knees, and you can always progress to come up later on. So I'll come down to my knees for this part here. We're going to come down into what's called a chaturanga. So you bend your elbows, and it's different from a normal push-up because you keep your elbows tight to your ribs. So you're lowering down, keeping the belly firm. Come down, lower, 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 and you can come all the way down to the mat. So in a regular push-up, the elbows kind of go out to the sides like this, but we're going to be doing the chaturanga. So you're lowering down more like this. Okay, and we'll do a couple repetitions. So on the knees or on the toes, wherever you're at is just fine. Making sure you breathe. Good, and then to rest, push the hips back and come down into child's pose. For a rest, you can drop your forehead all the way down to the mat. Breathing there and then coming back up. And this is what's called downward facing dog. So the hips come up and back, and you're working your heels towards the mat. And you can just walk it out here. It takes a long time. I'm not quite there. My heels are not all the way down, but I'm working on it. So you're walking the heels. Your hands are firmly planted into the mat, so your fingers are spread wide. And if someone were to come around and try to pick up your fingers, they'd be glued down to the mat. Nice straight back. Pressing your chest towards your thighs. There we go. Good. playing with this pose a little bit. And you can drop it down, come back to child's pose for a rest. Come back up, and you can do this however many times you like. And we'll walk forward back to the front of the mat and do more of these guys from the beginning. Coming all the way up. And you can play with all of those movements as many times as you like to start to get your body used to yoga if you haven't done it before, or get you back into it if it's been a while. And it'll help get you stronger, strengthening your shoulders, your wrists. It can be really hard on the wrists when you first get started, especially in downward facing dog. And help get your legs a little bit more flexible in preparation for our classes when I come in May. So thanks so much. Keep tuned to the page. Hopefully I'll have the dates and times for the classes soon. It's really hot here and I'm sweating. You guys will, I hope you're sweating too. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Thanks.